Next we got Chad Barty, skating a backyard pull. He does ollie over, backside tail, and I mean, if you skate backyard pulls, you know that's not possible. Another Felipe Gustavo trick. We're just finishing up his digital video part. He's like, hey, I got a trick I've been working on, and I want to get it on a spot for this part. And he's like, the only spot I can think of that I want to do it on is in Sacramento. So we get in the car and we drive 8 hours to UC Davis. Jeez, I want to say within 20-30 minutes he lands the trick. We pretty much camped out that night at the campsite and turned around and went home in the morning. That was pretty fucking stupid. That we actually did that. That was gnarly. Chris Ray was actually on the other side filming Pete Eldridge try a trick. We had this side lit up. It was pretty rad night. Nick Farini was trying a nollie heel flip on Hollywood 16. So we went there, we're trying it, and he's having a complete freak out. The marching band's playing. He hit his head on one occasion, and I don't know, randomly there was just like a couple other dudes skating there, and this guy Clint Walker backs it 50-50, the rail up against the fence. And then Norman Woods, kind of out of nowhere, nollie front boarded the 16, the middle rail, just to do it. And you know, it was gonna be in last year's Trans World video, but he felt like it was more important to put it on a montage on the Skateboard Mag site. I don't know why. We did a Bones trip up to the Northwest and went to Wendell's skate park. I had already filmed about 6 or 7 things at this skate park. Kevin Kowalski said, hey Jared, you want to film this trick? And I was like, I don't know, man, it's kind of getting dark, like maybe we should just try it tomorrow or whatever. And he's like, no, I think I got it this try. He tries it, and I didn't even have a camera out, and he does it perfect first try. So I was like, wow, that was pretty insane, like let's film that. And so he ends up doing it, and it ends up being like one of my favorite things that I filmed on that trip, just because of the caliber of skating. I've never seen somebody do an alley-oop saran wrap body jar. After he did it for the second time, I was like, you think we could like film that one more time? I kind of want to just shoot it a little different. And I ended up shooting it exactly the same, but he was like, I don't know, man, like it doesn't look like it to you because I did it twice in a row, but it's kind of a dangerous trick. I get really broke off trying it. But he ended up going 3 for 3 with it, and it was probably my favorite trick in the Bones video, actually. Maybe the gnarliest thing I've ever filmed is Derek Almendorf's 50-50 through the 9-kinked rail with a 35-foot flat and then drop off a curb. DeVille takes us to the spot and shows Derek this rail, and he's like, nah, I'm not really into that, but what's that over there? And sees this 9-kinked handrail with the longest flat, and so he's like, hey, let me get balance from your shoulders and let me try to see if I can even grind through this. Second try, grinds it all the way to the bottom, lands it just by holding onto my shoulders. And then he battles it for about 2 hours and has a mental breakdown, yells at cars, takes the gnarliest slams I've ever seen, and he ended up getting it, and it was like absolutely surreal. Absolutely surreal. Pretty much one of the craziest days I've ever witnessed in my skateboarding years was at San Diego City College, the 12 and then the 10 in a row. I went there with Taylor Bingaman and David Gravett, and they're pretty much just sessioning these rails, like just having fun. Moose showed up. Moose just starts trying back 360 down the 12, And I was like, yeah, that's pretty sick. Like, why don't you try like doing something after that? Moose ended up getting back 360 down the 12 and then back lipping the 10 rail. And yeah, that was one of the craziest lines I've ever seen. And it was like a demo there. There were so many people. Thanks for joining us. Those were 10 of my favorite, not necessarily my favorite tricks I've ever filmed, but definitely some of the most memorable days. Strictly because, you know, the sessions, the crazy scenarios that had to do with them, and just all the shenanigans that go along with getting one trick. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.